Subscribe and download over 1 million code snippet including this tutorial from codegive.com, link in the description below. Title, Python base64 encoding tutorial. Introduction. Base64 encoding is a method commonly used to encode binary data, especially when that data needs to be transmitted over text-based protocols such as email or HTTP. In Python, the base64 module provides functions to encode and decode data using the base64 encoding scheme. In this tutorial, we'll cover the basics of base64 encoding in Python, including how to encode and decode data using the base64 module. Step 1. Import the base64 module. First, make sure to import the base64 module before using any of its functions. Open your Python script or interactive environment and add the following import statement. Step 2. Encoding data to base64. To encode data to base64, you can use the base64 encode function from the base64 module. Here's an example. In this example, base64 encode takes a bytes-like object, in this case, a bytes literal, as an argument and returns the base64 encoded data. We then use the decode method to convert the encoded bytes to a UTF-8 string for display. Step 3. Decoding base64 data. To decode base64 data back to its original form, use the base64 decode function. Here's an example. In this example, base64 decode takes a base64 encoded string as an argument and returns the decoded bytes. We use the decode method again to convert the decoded bytes to a UTF-8 string for display. Conclusion. Base64 encoding is a handy technique for encoding binary data into a text-based format. Python's base64 module simplifies the process of encoding and decoding base64 data. Use the examples provided in this tutorial as a starting point for incorporating base64 encoding into your Python projects. ChatGPT.